Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Angela Brennan and today I'm bringing you Spellbinders July 2024 Glimmer Hot Foil Kit of the Month, Joyful Holly. The Glimmer Hot Foil Kit has got three pieces, which is the holly with a coordinating die and the sentiment Wishing You Joy, which comes with coordinating dies as well. This month's bonus item, which you only get if you get the deluxe caboodle, complements the Glimmer Hot Foil Kit for coloring stencil. The kit also comes with a hot foil. I write the name of the hot foil in the inside of the roll because I store my hot foils vertically, so it's easy for me to pick out the hot foils as and when I need it. I use the GEMINI Foilpress Machine for hot foiling. So to do hot foiling, you need the basics. You need good card, and I use the Hammermill Smooth Premium card, which is about 100 pounds. Use the right hot foil, and the hot foil comes with the Glimmer Hot Foil Kit. And you just need to make sure you get your machine ready and have the right layers. So the pretty side of the hot foil faces the pretty side of the hot foil plate. The dull side of the hot foil always faces the card, and you just place the entire bit on the heated side of the platform. Make sure you put your craft tape, best ever craft tape, well, so you use the hinge method. So you put it at the top so you can check whether the foil is properly transferred. If it hasn't, just put it back again. And that's why you use the hinge method. So this hinge method is essentially putting the foil plate onto the hot foil, putting the best ever craft tape on top of it and the bottom, so it's easy for you to check. If not, put it back again. You'll get the hang of it. So right foil, right paper, right amount of time, and that's you done. And make sure you put it, obviously, the right layers. Make sure the pretty side of the foil faces the pretty side of the foil plate. And you really generally should get good results. While I'm waiting for the hot foil machine to get ready, I'm also going to get my background ready. So here is the embossing folder, 2D embossing folder of the month, Hexy Snowflake. And after I dampen the card, I put it through the embossing folder and I put heavy object on it and leave it to dry so the embossed card does not get warped and it dries flat. So here the machine is ready now and I'm putting it through the GEMINI Junior embossing machine. It goes together, obviously. If you use a different foil press machine, use it accordingly. And it transfers so beautifully. So here I'm checking. If it doesn't transfer, I'll put it back. So it transfers so well in the first round itself. So that's me done. I do many of these hot foils because I basically do a whole load to put on the front of a card. I'm using the coordinating die to die cut the images out. Now, ideally, if I had to do it again, I would color the image and then die cut it. That's easier. But if I'm going to put it onto my sticky mat, which is the stamp wheel, it doesn't really matter because even if you die cut it, it's fine. So I'm using the bonus item, which is the stencil for the Joyful Holly and coloring the image. I'm using my small blending brush as well as my crisp dye inks and putting a couple of different colors. Here I use a detail blending brush. So when stenciling, it's good to have blending brushes of different sizes so you can add a bit of shadow to the areas that you're stenciling. I think it just gives it that additional dimension to the image that you're coloring. Here again, I'm using two shades of red. I'm using a red with a small blending brush, and then I'll use a darker red just to add a bit of shadow with a detail blending brush. Some of these colors, these inks, you need to put a couple of layers because when they dry, they get a bit lighter. So these ones, both I did the second time. After the ink dries, if the color is lightened after it's dry, I will add it together. You can also add some additional detail for shadow and light with your color pencils. Do remember that you can put in your orders for your Spellbinders Club Kits between the 6th and the 27th of each month. And if you do get the deluxe caboodle, which is all of the Club Kits, you will get the bonus item as well. The bonus item is not sold separately. Once I've colored it, I put it through the die cutting machine with the coordinating die. I do this many times to cover the front of a card. Now here is the dried embossed folder, and I wanted the I didn't want the outline of the die cut for the white paper to come through. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a Copic marker and just doing the outline. I'm doing it very carefully here because I do not want it to go over the foil's outline. I'm just doing it where the white outline once I've done the die cutting. So you need to do it carefully. I've obviously sped this up for the video. You don't want me to see it because I was doing it very slowly and very carefully. So it takes a little bit of time, but do it carefully. I think it just adds to it. I just like the look of it. You don't have to, but this is something I just liked doing because I think it goes so well with the background. Here's a white with the white outline. Have a look at it. I mean, it still looks nice even if you don't color the outline, but I just decided to do that. Now, whenever I emboss a panel, I always emboss it larger than the card front. So this is an A7 card, which is 5 inches by 7 inches. And the good thing about the embossing folders from Spellbinders is that it can do any size. So you can do up to even a slimline card because it's quite large. I like that. So I always emboss it larger. So once I put it in the card front, it's easy. I don't have to be too careful. Then I just cut off the balance so the embossed panel covers the card front and it's flush. Easy enough to do. And this is something I generally do. Unless you want the embossed panel to be slightly smaller than your card front, then you just need to use your guillotine and cut it down. When I attach the die cut holly branches, I put some dimensional foam tape behind. Nothing too thick. I think it's my 1 millimeter foam tape. I just wanted to give it a bit of an elevation because I think it just adds the image on the card front. I think it just looks better. So here I'm just putting all of the holly branches just to see how it can cover the card front. And it just takes a little bit of time, but I think it's so worth it because it looks good at the end of the day in my view. I really hope you enjoyed the video and get some inspiration. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when new videos are uploaded. I do most of the Spellbinders Club Kits every month, as well as their core collection released on a monthly basis. Do check out my YouTube videos for all of the video tutorials at Angela Brennan Creations. All of the products I've used are listed below in the description for your ease of reference. So once I've done all of the branches, I cut off the balance and I try and fill in all the sides as well. I like some of the branches to be off the card so it looks more natural, but I do use as much of it onto the card front. For this A7 card front, I foiled, colored and die cut 5 holly branches. Now if you want to make a smaller card, you can do less. I just wanted it to look full, so I just went ahead and did it. It's quite therapeutic. I've foiled the sentiment, but I also die cut extra shapes for the sentiment so that I can layer them and give it some dimension to the die cut. And here you go, the card is completed. I think it looks really pretty. Let me know what you think. I also went ahead and did a card where I didn't color the outline because I put it on a white background card. I put a whole load of gemstones and I decided to put the sentiment in a different color. You'll see I made another card with the background of that color, which is why I've got the sentiment wishing you joy in a different color because I wanted it to stand out a little bit on the card front. And one of the things, whenever I put my sentiment on, I do it in the last bit of the card, but I always use a T-ruler to make sure I've got it straight. You don't want to mess up your card at the end by putting your sentiment crooked on the card front. Now to give the berries on the holly branches a little bit of a shine, I use the Ranger's Glossy Accent. Just add a little bit to give it that shine and it has a gloss and it dries rather quickly. This card here, I did it the same color, so tone on tone. I used the Moondust hot foil, foiled the image, and then I die cut and put it on the same colored background. So there's no need to color the outline or the outline doesn't stand out in a stark manner. I think it looks nice and subtle and soft. Here are the completed cards. I add a bit of gems and I love the way the card turned out. I'm really pleased at the 3 cards that I've made with this Glimmer Kit of the month. I really hope you found inspiration and you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know what you think of the cards. 3 of the cards have a similar concept, but I just wanted to show you where you can put it tone on tone, white on white, or you can color the outline. Just some inspiration here. And on the colored card, the light teal card, I just colored using the same inks just to get a different view. So your color looks a little bit different on colored card, but still very pretty. I'd love to hear your comments. Do leave them below and do check out my videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy crafting, and I'll catch you in my next video. Do take care.